Hello there and welcome to CleverStock.
He was in Bursa since 1998. We became the major shareholder and we take over the management since 2022. I realized one important thing is that we need to finish the job. I have involved as a subcontractor to build some hospitals and some clinic kesihatan. So I already have the experience on how to build a hospital. Donald Trump has made an announcement 2 days, 1 day or 2 days ago, that he think he's going to cease his war.
The war, yes.
What happened if Donald Trump tomorrow say no? Which this is his character. I hope the war will stop soon.
I think everyone's hoping for that. Hello there and welcome to CleverStock. My name is Wan Izul and I'm here with someone very, very special. We have ourselves a very special interview up front right now with the Managing Director of Varia Berhad. We have Datuk Benson Lau. Please welcome. Thank you so much for making the time and coming here today to our studio. All right, so before we get off to the questions at hand, please do introduce yourself. Lad, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Oh, okay. My name is Benson Lau. I graduated in University of Technology Malaysia, and as an engineer, I'm a civil engineer. I've been working as a civil engineer, as a contractor for the last probably 27, 28 years.
Fantastic. So you now know a little bit about the man behind the wheel for Varia Berhad. So we get to the first question. Now, since this is our first interview with Varia as a public listed company, so some of our audience, they might not be familiar about what is Varia Berhad. Maybe you could share a little bit about your company's core business and what that entails.
All right, Varia Berhad is a public listed company. It was in Bursa since 1998. We became the major shareholder and we take over the management since 2022, end of 2022. So it's about 3 years plus now. This company mainly, currently we are still doing on construction. Okay, most of the revenue contributed by the construction sectors.
All right, awesome. Now, when we talk about construction business, of course, there's so many different types of construction work that you guys can do. So what does Varia cover in terms of construction? What does your company, is it only involved in infrastructure construction, or does Varia also cover building construction or any special project construction? Which sector are you guys in?
Well, currently I have, in my company, I have 19 projects ongoing. Out of the 19 projects, we have covered infra, and we have covered some water projects, and we also have a few big projects like sewage treatment plant. And then we also do buildings. We also do some special project. We call it something like hospital. Same like hospital is a rehab center. So I would say that in terms of construction, we are not only covering one specific sectors, and we are doing quite many few different construction, from infra to building and to some water related works.
Definitely, with 19 projects in hand, that is a huge amount of projects, one thing. And you've also got not only just infrastructure, but also that of special project construction, such as water, sewage that you mentioned earlier, which is good. Flexibility in all types of work, that is exactly what investors are looking for. So generally, investors, they want to know what Varia's main competitive advantages are, especially when your company is competing against so many other players in the construction industry. So tell us, or tell the investors, what are your advantages when it comes to this industry?
Well, it's not the day one I become a contractor. As I told, I've been in the contractor since 1998. I have started with very small business, small construction. And I realized one important thing is that we need to finish the job, hand over the job, and according to the time frame given. Well, Over the last many years, I have delivered many jobs, small, big, whatever. The reputation will build up. So to me, one of my important principle is I believe as a contractor, we need to help the client to complete the job without major defects.
All right. Definitely. With experience since 1998, that is a long time that you've been in this construction industry, and putting it in your words, finishing the job and also making sure that you complete it within the time frame that has been given, that is something that definitely a lot of construction of your competitors as well, it's something that everyone wants to achieve. Everyone is looking to achieve that timeliness, that reputation that you hold for being on time. I'm sure a lot of investors definitely appreciate that reputation that you hold. So moving on to the next question. This is going to be a big one. Now, we learned on the news that Varia, you guys have won a major project from SOCSO. SOCSO, sorry. Not SOCSO, that is a sauce. I'm thinking about food right now. No.
Still early,
Still
for
early
you,
to buka
puasa, yeah.
Okay, so it's from
Please keep
SOCSO
Yeah.
to build a rehabilitation center in Terengganu last year. So, is this Varia's first time building, a rehabilitation center for one? And maybe you could share a little bit more about the details of this rehabilitation center or this project with us. What does this entail?
Over the past probably 10 years, I have involved as a subcontractor to build some hospitals and some clinic kesihatan. So I already have the experience on how to build a hospital. Where early, about 5 years ago, I was given a chance as a subcontractor to build one of the Pekeso's rehabilitation center in Ipoh, Meru Utama. That is a very huge project, and we are targeting to hand over by end of this month. It's a beautiful project, and it's contributing a lot back to the society. All the SOCSO members can enjoy all the facilities there. Now, everybody is. I know that most of the employee like us, like everybody, we are paying 30 ringgit, 50 ringgit as a SOCSO as a requirement. But in the event, if there's any accident happen, and let's say this is a Grab driver or whatever, when he had an accident, he go to hospital. After accident, maybe he lost his leg, he lost his hand, he couldn't work anymore. Where he can go to the rehab center, where Pekeso now they're having 2 already ongoing. Then they can build back, their leg, their whatever, even a lot of other accidents, they can build back them and make them back to the society and work in the society. So I think this is a very meaningful duty for us as a contractor to complete it.
Definitely.
So currently, because of thank God, because of the pricing and the acknowledgement from Pekeso, when we as a subcontractor in Ipoh, they give us a chance to bid as a main contractor in Pekeso, Terengganu. And we won the project last year, somewhere August or September 2025, and we became the main con, and it's a considered mega project, over 500 million project that we are starting the work now.
Wow, that is fantastic. Really good news as well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be involved in that kind of project. I myself have experienced going to one of these SOCSO rehabilitation centers. I've been there.
The blacker one?
No. I've been to the one here in KL.
Oh, the satellite one, the small one, yeah.
It's quite small, but
Yeah.
even if it's quite small, it was really a good facility. A lot of good equipment inside there.
Yes,
The
yes.
rehabilitation, the people who are working there definitely treated me with a lot of respect, and I respect that. And also, it was one of those experiences where I hold dear to myself. So imagining that you say that the one here in KL in Quill City Mall at Jalan Sultan Ismail, it's a small one. Imagine the kind of project that you guys have in Melaka as well as in Terengganu. It must be huge.
You should pay a visit to Melaka, where Pekeso built that about 15, 16 years ago. You see how they operate. Actually, they're doing a marvelous job for the country, for the nation. When I was first time went to Malacca, I was shocked because I see so many people on the wheelchair greeting the CEO of Pekeso, the operating CEO, and they were so happy that they were given second chance. When you walk for another 1 hour, you can see some blind people. They are jogging with the track.
Yeah.
So not only one blind people, probably you can see 10, 20 blind people over just a short period. So of course, when you come with wheelchairers, so many wheelchairers, I think I've seen not less than 50 wheelchairers. I've seen maybe not less than 20 blind people, come with another thing. So the requirement actually is very special. The requirement needs is more special than a normal hospital.
Yes.
A blind people go to hospital, maybe after the treatment they go back. But at the same time, you will not see 20 blind people, 50 wheelchairers, and the rest of the problem people. So make us as a contractor a bit challenging because there are so many type of people that we need to address. Some other their toilet, how they want to go to toilet, the blind people, how they want to go to toilet, the wheelchair, how to go to toilet, how you want to take the treatment. And in Malacca, if I'm not mistaken, they have about 5,000 equipments. And what we are building in Ipoh, I was told by Pekeso, the part I'm not involved, not less than 8,000 equipments going to be ready to take care of different patients, different needs. The one that in Terengganu, I can forecast that Pekeso is very aggressive. I think they're going to put in as many as 10,000 equipments.
Wow, it's going to be a huge facility.
It's on a huge facility. Some equipments are very cheap. Some what do you call that?
The dumbbells.
The dumbbells, some equipment to do the fit leg, fit hand, fit whatever, and even they come with a small salon, so to teach them how to become a hairstylist, a small kitchen, to teach you how to cook.
How to recover.
A small motor track for you to learn how to put on the bike again if you are a Grab driver. I mean, a lot of all these special items. It's not only a hospital alone. It's something very special that their intention is to help the members to recover so that they can go back to work.
Definitely a wonderful idea for Pekeso themselves. And I'm glad that you guys have received the contract, and I hope to get an invitation once they're up and running to see your facility up and running. All right, so
thank you.
We will definitely move on to the next question now. In terms of contracts, does Varia, have they secured any new contracts this year, 2026? And if yes, what are those few construction projects that you can tell us that you've secured from your customers, and which particular type of projects is Varia going to tender for this year? Tell us about your pipeline for this year a bit.
We are in the early March. Thank God we have secured one project which is worth 155 million, which is expansion, widening, upgrading of Pasir Gudang Highway. For the past 3-4 years, every year we are participating something not less than 3-4 billion a year of tendering. In 2024 alone, we have secured around 2.4 billion project. My target is we're gonna keep on tendering. My target is not less than 3-4 billion every year, and my target of securing project I'm targeting every year I'm going to get 1 billion project. This is my target. This is my wish list.
That's a really good wish list, a nice order book indeed. For 3-4 billion a year, that is a really healthy margin as well. And 155 million for that Pasir Gudang Highway expansion project, that is something that definitely will help with your order book. And now speaking about your outstanding order book, your company's outstanding order book as of today, what is the tender book value of your company for the year 2026 for this moment, current in time?
Are you talking about the outstanding balance?
Outstanding, yes.
Okay. My outstanding as of now is about 2.6 to 2.7 billion.
So nearly reaching that 3 billion, 4 billion target that you've set for the year already, and it's only March.
Yes. So that's why my target of replenishment is every year 1 billion.
That's
Of course, every year my revenue now it might take out about 1 billion or more. Okay, so I try to balance that.
quite a healthy balance sheet that you have there. Okay, now on a separate note, maybe you could please share with us a little bit of details on the types of property development projects that Varia is currently undertaking right now. Are they mainly focused on residential, commercial, or industrial projects? Apart from, of course, the SOCSO, Pekeso project, the remaining projects that you have, what is the main focus? Residential, commercial, or industrial?
Okay, if you see currently, I'm taking a lot of construction. There's only one ongoing project as a developer. Okay, but my target is these few years to come, I will make my development more exciting. There's more activities going on in that development. For me, as you asked me, for me to see whether I'm going to pay attention to either commercial, residential, or whatsoever, this is all subject to the land location. We look for the land, then we will see this land, what is suitable for this land. You know, you want to. I always believe that market research is important for me to make a decision. Let's say, for example, if you want to build a condominium in somewhere very far outskirts, you might not have the value to sell it. Most important thing is depends on the demand of the land. See what is needed there. Certain places you might need to do factory. Certain places you might do shopping mall, shop lots. Certain places you think, or the market research tell you that, okay, why don't you build a condominium? Why don't you build a link houses? All these come with the feasibility study. Look at the demand and then make the decision.
The market research is definitely the most important thing, especially when you want to undertake any of these projects. Especially right now, I think it's most important to have that market research, because the land that we have, especially here in Semenanjung, Klang Valley, it's very limited. So we don't want to waste space, as many people are looking at. Also, the town planning, that is an issue that a lot of people in KL, the public as well as your investors, they have to also take into account, and they also make sure that people, construction workers, as well construction companies, are held accountable when it comes to town planning. And of course, a lot of people are going to complain, oh, why so jam every day like this? Maybe it's because of the town planning. So it's definitely good to have that market research down to the core.
And also, I think as a developer, you need to have a vision. You got a vision that what happened to here 5 years later, 10 years later. You must have a vision to, probably people are still building link houses, but you have a vision. So when you have a vision and you can forecast what is happening 5 years or 10 years later, where you can make something to that particular area.
Yes, that's definitely good. Okay, so this is definitely a question that some of your investors might be definitely interested in knowing about. It's about your joint venture agreement that you guys have signed recently with CitaGlobal. So maybe you can provide for us a little bit of details about this mixed-use commercial development project that you guys have co-signed, and also, for example, what is the total development value, the components of properties to be built, what is also the revenue sharing scheme between the two listed companies. Tell us a little bit more about this deal.
So very lucky that CitaGlobal give us opportunity to work together. But we are in the midst of preparing the development order, or we call it Kebenaran Merancang (KM). That we target to do the submission to DBKL, because this piece of land is under Dewan Bandaraya, Kuala Lumpur. We are targeting within a month. We're going to get ready. Of course, all this is subject to DBKL approval at the end. currently our submission are based on three different types of use. One is residential, the other one is hotel, and of course our commitment with our landowner CitaGlobal Berhad is we will build them a corporate office. The GDV we are targeting about 550 million to 600 million. Yeah.
That is quite a big sum indeed.
And we have done enough research. We realized that it's within the MRT DOD, number one. Number two, there are so many big hospitals over there. IJN is just across the road. Puswawi just about 100 meters away, and GHKL also walking distance. So we believe the medical tourism will be
a huge factor, will play a huge factor in this.
Will be a huge factor. So our design will be close to that, and to cater for all this medical tourism.
That is really wonderful.
Especially when I've done a few projects related to rehab center, hospital, I think I have the advantage of making sure that the design is more conducive to this sector of market.
I guess that is going to be how you're going to be advertising your new development. I mean, this new residential as well as hotel and corporate office will focus on the healthcare sector within the area.
Yes.
I guess also it's going to be taking advantage of the healthcare tourism or the medical tourism. We know for a fact it's $1 billion industry.
Yeah, exactly.
2025, last year, we made so much money when it comes to medical tourism.
Yeah.
Imagine now this year, in the following years, it's only going to go up. So I'm glad that you guys are actually focusing a little bit on that sector. So it is definitely something to look forward to when you guys start with this construction.
Thank you.
Now, move on to what's happening around the world right now. We talked a little bit about what's going to be happening in the future, your pipelines. We've talked about your current, your past, but now we have to talk about the current situation, which is, I mean, there's no way around it. Okay, so when it comes to obstacles,
very difficult to answer.
I know, it's very difficult.
If you will ask me 2 days ago and ask me today, my answer could be different.
Yes, that's
because
the
of you see, Donald Trump has made an announcement 1 day or 2 days ago that he think he's gonna cease his war.
The war, yes.
But what happened if Donald Trump tomorrow say no? Which this is his character. You know, he will keep changing his mind.
Yes.
You know, of course, I foresee from my own opinion. Of course, if it's a short war, it's a short period of war, I think it will not have a big impact for the time being. Having said that, I mean, you look at the oil price. 3 days ago, it was $115. Yesterday was $85 or $87.
Under the $100 mark, yes.
You know, so the market is so volatile. I think if it's a short period, well, I cannot speculate too much. I'm just basing if this is a long war. Short period, I think everything will just, by the time you wake up and tomorrow the world will change again. If I forecast this is based on a long war, then it will have quite an impact to us. I don't think, I only can speculate if it's based on the long war, yeah? A long war, then we got to get ready to see how to manage the raw material. The raw material will give a big impact.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the main thing about construction. It is closely related or closely tied to that of raw materials as well as a lot of imports, exports. And when it comes to global supply chain, if that is being disrupted by a war, the Strait of Hormuz, if that kind of all the oils and everything not going through, it is going to, in the long term, definitely have an impact not only to just the construction sector but all industries in general.
All industry will be.
I think the only one industry that will not be affected, energies. So prices for
supply
petrol,
of weapons.
Yeah, supply of weapons.
You know,
hopefully that is not an industry that we are going to be looking towards in the near future. But I mean, those are the kind of obstacles and challenges that we'll be facing if the war does prolong. But we're hoping that it does not, and hopefully some sense has been made to Donald Trump. We're gonna end off with your final words, especially to that of your shareholders and senior management. As various new major shareholder as well senior management of Varia, what are your expectations for the company's performance in 2026 for this year?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, 2024 was a very good year for Varia, and we have secured 2.4 billion of contract. Of course, when we have this kind of appetite to take 2.4 billion, I need to do a lot of adjustment where our staff has increased from 100 over to above 300 today. When we have all this increment, I need some time to digest to make sure that the company SOP is intact with the larger size of enlargement. I believe that after about a year for taking the big project come in, I think I'm ready to go for a bigger project by this year. Yeah. So my human capital is not perfect, but it's improving. To me, human capital is always very important. Of course, now with the assist of AI, it makes my life easier. And I'm ready to go for a bigger market capture.
That is really good. That's a really good outlook towards not only 2026 but also your future as well. That you are ready for that bigger slice of the pie.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for your time today. We've had a wonderful session with, of course, Datuk Benson Lau, Managing Director for Varia Berhad. Any last final words? Something you'd like to share to your audience before you leave us?
I hope the war will stop soon.
I think everyone's hoping for that. But anyway, thank you so much for your time and hope you have a wonderful day and a very prosperous 2026 ahead. Thank you so much, Dato'. And with that, we come to an end of our corporate feature interview with Varia Berhad and their Managing Director, Datuk Benson Lau. I'm Monizul Islam and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Scan now and download CleverStock, your trusted source for market insights.